Hi everyone, I am Shikha Shah, founder of organization Scrapshala, an upcycling brand headquartered in Varanasi. So about 2 months ago, I got invited to my first TEDx talk at Amity University. Honestly, I was extremely nervous. I knew my stage fear would probably show up, and yet I said yes to this talk. And guess what? Just like I had imagined, my fear showed up. I almost froze on stage. The hall was placed with young faces, and I had to ask my organizers to give me clues to continue my TEDx talk. On top of that, I was the very first speaker, which honestly I wasn't ready for. If only I just said to myself, if only I had more time to get comfortable with the stage and warm up my environment. After that talk, I felt pretty bad about how I delivered and performed. I thought, okay, it's not for me. No more TEDx talk, no more stage shows. I'm done and dusted. But then, about a month later, after my first TEDx talk, I got another email inviting me for the second TEDx talk, and this time it was in my hometown, Varanasi. I spent a whole week wondering, did the organizers even watch my first talk? Did they figure out that I had stage fear? And I just waited for the email and response on the email. And after some follow-ups, I finally said yes. This wasn't the first time I had that kind of fear. I was just as scared as now when I pitched on my Shark Tank India in Mumbai. But somehow I managed to pull it off thanks to my mom's support and knowing that this might be once in a lifetime opportunity. What you see on TV is just a 15-minute edited show. But what happens backstage, nobody actually tells you. I changed my dress multiple times while preparing for Shark Tank backstage. I tripped twice in my heels. I hurt my back from nervousness. And I practiced my pitch almost 500 times till 6 a.m. in the morning. I was so focused on being perfect that I actually forgot to enjoy my moment at Shark Tank. Even after Shark Tank and all the stage time since then, I don't ever feel ready for public talks. Even now, I sometimes ask the universe to cancel the upcoming opportunities because my nerves feel so real. It's not like I suddenly developed stage fear, it's been for years. The moment I realized my body wasn't perfect, the moment I felt my English wasn't as smooth, the moment I was conditioned to believe that your outer appearance matter a lot, the moment I stepped outside my comfort zone, the moment I learned how important the public perception was, I just developed this stage fear. I remember being on stage during my graduation ceremony at Hansraj College and not being able to say my farewell speech. I froze. So, what goes behind, saying yes to such uncomfortable opportunities even after having stage fear? So, I'm going to share with you from my messy, real journey of saying yes, even when I wasn't ready for a lot of these opportunities. What feels so, number one, so what feels like failure to you, others might not even notice. Your fears are invisible to most people. And when you share those fears, you might actually give others strength to realize it too. After my first TEDx talk at Amity, people clapped. They told me they really liked what I said. They even pointed out few of the lines which I had said, even though I felt I had badly messed up. Point number two, you have to embrace failure. Failures don't last forever. Usually, you are the only one who remember them in details. While I was stuck thinking about my failed first TEDx talk, someone else was already planning my next one. Sometimes life throws opportunities at you which you are not even ready for. But they keep coming because they are meant for you and they won't stop coming till you say yes to them. Fourth, see failure as a lesson, not as a stop sign. Keep learning, keep going from Shark Tank to TEDx to several motivational talks. I'm still here, not perfect, but better than before. Fifth, Your story isn't just about your worst moments. People admire your journey, people admire your grit, your perseverance, not your so perfect moments. If your story is honest, people will listen, people will watch you. Sixth, vulnerability can be your greatest strength. Trust me when I say this. When I asked for cue cards during my last talk, people got a bit kinder, people got more attentive. When someone loses their words, I myself have waited patiently for them to come back because I know how scary it feels. Point seventh, be careful with self criticism. It can hurt your mind and body. I last year I ended up in hospital with stress ulcers because I pushed myself too hard. Now I'm learning to be kinder to myself. Eighth, stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone is on their own journey and on their own time. You don't need to get into the rat race. I used to feel intimidated by successful people, but after getting to know them, after talking to them, trust me, if I had to swap my life with any of these successful people, I would still choose mine. Know your limits and ask for help. For this talk, I had decided that if I just in case I fumble and I freeze, I will go and ask the organizers for cue cards. I didn't feel ashamed that with cue cards my people might think that I am not confident or I am not able to deliver my talk. I just wanted to go. I just wanted to do right, and I just wanted to do right delivery, and I wanted to make sure that listeners find worth the time they are spending in here listening to my talk. 10th, figure out what works for you. Some people rehearse endlessly. Some people are impulsive and they act on their gut feeling. During your journey to success, you will understand and become self aware about what really works best for you. So, you really, in my last talk, I rehearsed a lot. And maybe that was one of the reasons, I froze on the stage and I could not, I had to ask for the cue cards because when do a lot of practicing, you have to be in a flow. If the flow breaks, then you fumble for the next words. So, all this I have learned in my all this I have learned in my journey of 10 years of entrepreneurship, 10 years of being on stage, off stage, and knowing what works for me under stressful situations, under relaxed situations. 11th, love yourself now, not the just perfect future picture of you. Back in 2019, when I was in my fittest, I really waited for feel ready to do a lot of things. Now I wish I had embraced my fitter, younger, and healthier self more. Last, you have to trust in universe. You have to keep doing your best and trust the universe. It has greater plans for you. And once you keep doing your best journey will unfold. I'm so relieved that this TEDx talk is recorded, it's online, and I'm not the first speaker. That TEDx MIT was not my last TEDx talk. Today, I feel more aware, more real, and less bothered by fear as I talk to you. And as I finish, I hope you are inspired. You are also inspired to say yes to a lot of uncomfortable opportunities in your life, because sometimes that's where the real success begins. Thank you so much.